Shalom, Kal Allah, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Bahashim Kwadash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, even the elders that came before them that taught us His truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, the Akawaf that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,000 and one-third, the hopeful elect of Israel, my brother Yahshua, back with the WW3 Daily update. Shalom and salutations to you all. We're going to start right here. 2nd Ezra 16 and 68, is it? For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. Is that where I wanted to start? Yep. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall take away, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. So, in the land of Palestine right now, there are some jakes. There may be some of the elect right there going through all of that, right? And the point I'm making is that Jacob's trouble for them is in real time right now. Okay? Now, let's hear what it sounds like. Okay? This guy who's about to speak, he could be a Jake. And what is he explaining? He's explaining Jacob's trouble. And another point I'm making is this is what Jacob's trouble is going to be like here. Whatever he's describing going on in what they call Palestine, which means all of Israel, right? Not just the West Bank. Salakia, not just Gaza, right? Not just Haifa. Well, Haifa is up. What's the one down there that they went to after they went through Gaza City? Rafah. All right? All of Palestine. They want the whole Palestine empty. That's what he's saying. Artist in Jenin blast U.S. support for Israel amid West Bank assault. This is 2 hours ago. So what's going on in Israel proper right now, right, is symbolic of what is going to happen right here in Babylon the Great to you Israelites. Okay? A la Jacob's trouble in the middle of the war. These people are in the middle of a war, the war zone, being hunted. And he's going to tell you firsthand what that feels like. That is Jacob's trouble. All right? It's going to be just like that right here in America for you Jakes. Okay, that's the point I'm
making. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman with Nermeen Sheikh.
We turn now from Gaza to the occupied West Bank, where Israel has launched its largest military operation in over 2 decades, raiding 4 cities and refugee camps in the north simultaneously with hundreds of soldiers backed by armored vehicles, bulldozers, fighter jets, and drones.
When the enemy shall come in like a flood. This is going to happen right here in America. Jake, you are the target. You're the Palestinians in that situation.
At least 18 Palestinians have been killed and 30 wounded. On Wednesday, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called on Israel to immediately end its military operation and strongly condemned the loss of lives, including that of children. Meanwhile, 3 leading Palestinian human rights groups issued a joint statement warning, quote, of even more escalated violence in the West Bank with the employment of...
All right, even more. And I stopped this to say that this is for fair use only. Not making no money. I'm not selling this. is for teaching and learning. It's fair use.
Even more escalated violence in the West Bank with the employment of tactics that mirror those used in Israel's genocidal campaign in Gaza, particularly attacks on hospitals and healthcare facilities, and the use of excessive and indiscriminate force.
In Jenin, Israeli forces have surrounded the city, blocking exit and entry points and access to hospitals and ripping up infrastructure in the Jenin refugee camp.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Jenin has been the target of frequent raids by Israeli forces, but this latest military operation is the largest since the Second Intifada 2 decades ago, when Jenin witnessed some of the worst violence of that period after Israeli forces invaded it in 2002, laid siege to the refugee camp, killing dozens of civilians, destroying hundreds of homes, leaving a quarter of the population homeless. We go now to Jenin, where we're joined by Ahmed Tabasi, artistic director at the Freedom Theater in the Jenin refugee camp. Welcome to Democracy Now! Ahmed, describe the scene in Jenin right now.
Thank you, Amy, for having me. I mean,
Look at him. He's kind of disheveled from being in that war zone, right? Hey, death is on my heels every day. This is going to be you, Jake, in Jacob's trouble. That's all.
the scene, it's the same again and again. But as I said before, the Israelis keeping surprising us, even the way they do the invasions. To be honest, I'm calling my sisters around, some friends, and they are very scared. We all of us very scared. We know there is something different in this invasion. The way they start the invasion, the way they doing it now, it's really scary. People don't know what's gonna happen. It look like it's gonna be a bit more longer invasion than others. We are surprised of the number of the soldiers, the vehicles that keep coming to the city. The camp now having sometime electricity, sometime not. For sure, the internet is not there. We try to use the 3Gs and not totally always good. But yeah, it's a fear atmosphere where everybody is waiting. And you know, the scenes from Gaza, what happened to Gaza, the people in the camp are really afraid that's gonna happen to them, because it's obvious the Israelis punishing the people, punishing the civilians. In the camp, all camp is surrounded with army, all the entrances are closed. They already bulldozed all the streets, all the alleyways in the camp, and even the bulldozing is really deep. That means no cars, no ambulances can go.
They shall be like madmen, sparing none.
Right? Many people try to evacuate the camp, but for sure it's very dangerous, because if you are a man above 15 or 14, you could be shot if you are moving or you try to sticking out from the camp. Only maybe a kids or some women, if they are courage enough to leave, to know what's going on outside the house, to leave the camp, but no.
Their husbands shall die in the wars.
Now is to move. People are afraid of having no food now for 1 week, because you know they didn't prepare themselves for the invasion. They don't know which kind of the invasion is this, and you know the Israelis do not announce what they're gonna do exactly. So many people are really afraid for the kids having no food. So yes, you hear the drones very close, the vehicles all around.
The devil has come down having great wrath. Okay? This nigga's showing his great wrath.
By time to time, it's again the scene repeating itself again and again, and we don't know like what is the end, how long, what we should do, and it's obviously the Israelis want to tell the communities, the civilians of these areas, you have only two choices: you die here, or you leave or displaced to other country. and that's what is we still waiting what's going to happen in the next days.
So, Ahmad, if you could put this latest military operation in the context of the ongoing assault on Gaza on the one hand, and also the situation that's been developing in the West Bank, both with the increasing violence over the last 10 months since the Israeli assault on Gaza, as well as the exponential increase in the number of Israeli settlements there.
Okay, now you really have to understand this whole thing about settlements, okay? Settlements are anybody that thinks that you're Jewish, you could jump up, go to the land of Israel, they're going to give you some land that belongs to the Palestinians. They're going to give you some land and a gun and say, okay, this is now your land, defend it with all you got. Go kill whoever steps on your land, you kill them. Okay? You're now a settler. Right? You're just somebody who came and took some land. It belongs to you. Here's how you defend it. Those are settlers. So the settlers are now raising up and going and killing Palestinians indiscriminately because they were given a gun.
Yes, I mean, also at the same time, I hope American language and American, let's say, journalism start using the definition in a right way. It is not violence, it's a genocide from the Israeli army against the Palestinian people. It's not a conflict, it's a genocide, a war, ethnic cleansing from the Israeli military to the Palestinian civilians. And yes, it's to be honest, from 100,000 of settlers to 850,000 in West Bank. West Bank is not anymore a West Bank. It's a little fragment from Palestinian communities living there, and all the connection, all the network, the streets, all controlled by the settlers. I promise you, I experienced a death threat. One time I was trying to go back from Ramallah to Jenin. It's not even late, it's the evening, and suddenly we find ourselves surrounded by settlers who really clearly want to kill you. And we, in the last second, we just run with the car, and if we just stop, they are ready to kill you, they are attacking.
So he's describing, here's what's not being said. It's a race war, okay? The white man is over here killing Arabs. Here's what's not being said. It's a race war, okay? Not the military, not the police. Any random white man with a gun is coming to kill an Arab. That's what he's saying.
Where they are putting fire in the houses of the people, they're shooting. Now they have guns, officially permitted guns from the Israeli government being given to the settlers to shoot Palestinians in very easy.
So that's just regular civilians. Here's a gun and here's some ammo. Go kill some Arabs. That's what's going on over there. He's telling you that. All right?
Called blood. So
I'm going to back it up so you can hear him say it again. They're issuing out guns just to civilians. When he says settlers, he means civilians. Okay?
they're shooting. Now they have guns, officially permitted guns from the Israeli government being given to the settlers to shoot Palestinians in very easy, cold blood. So
that's a race war. It's a race war.
we're not facing only army, we're facing a crazy settlers.
Civilians. So anybody who's Jewish, right? Whoever belongs to this race, here's some weapons and ammo. Whoever belongs to this race, go kill them.
Groups of crazy people who just want to kill more and more. And the idea is clear. They want to empty West Bank from Palestinians. Guys, what is happening in Gaza?
They shall be like madmen, sparing none. Okay?
Is happening in West Bank. We say it again and again. This was planned from 80 years, and the Israelis have the time to work on it slowly, to displaced Palestinians in Palestine. They want Palestine empty from Palestinians, and that's the only plan. And they will not relax. They will not stop until this happens, or inshallah, it will be victory for Palestinians, and they will get defeated.
Ahmed Tabassi, there have been more than 10,000 Palestinians on the West Bank arrested since October 7th. We have brought out reports from CNN to Human Rights Watch to Haaretz to Adamir of prisoners who haven't been charged, being sexually abused, being tortured. I'm wondering if you can talk about the effect of this level of imprisonment, and particularly this past December, the Israeli forces raided the offices of your theater, of the Jenin Freedom Theater. Producer Mustafa Shetta was detained and sentenced to 6 months. Have you heard from him? Has he seen a lawyer? Has he been accused?
Jenin is a refugee camp. Okay? When you understand what a refugee camp is and they're being attacked, that's crazy.
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about, Emmy. I had an interview with your program in December, last December, and it's the same and even more crazy. Mustafa still in prison, no information, not allowed even for the lawyers to visit or have any information. As we said before, even kids in the Freedom Theater being shot where they were playing. So for me, it's like is really American people, American governments know what is going on? Are they really following? We have been saying this years and years, again and again. Tons of report, United Nations, tons of report. And what is next? We still, I mean, that's why Israeli is going on, and that's why they're getting, and I'm sure the Israelis could not do this if they do not have the green light from the U.S.
The U.S. So, it's the U.S. doing it, right? Do you think that Iran, the Persians, do you think that the Arabs, the dragons over, you think they don't know that? He just told you. We know who it is. So where is it coming? Where's the fight going to come? It's coming here. Okay? You better know that. So let's get one on the way out. 2 Ezra 16 and 70, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. That's going on over there right now. A settler can go and take a Palestinian's home from him, say, get out, the house now belongs to me. Right? You are stealing my home.
You are stealing my house.
And if I don't steal it, someone else is going to steal it.
No one is allowed to steal it, يا عمي. Jacob, you know this is not your house.
Yes, but if I go, you don't go back. So what's the problem? Why are you yelling at me? I didn't do this. I didn't do this.
But
It's easy to yell at me, but I didn't do this.
you are stealing my house. are stealing my house.
And if I don't steal it, someone else will. What's the problem? Why are you yelling at me? I didn't do this. I didn't do this.
But
It's easy to yell at me, but I didn't do this.
you are stealing my house.
Let's read that in the Bible. Hmm. What was it, 7? For they shall waste and take away their goods. This is 2 Ezra 16:72. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. We're not watching that? It's not what we're seeing? So that's good enough for today. With that, we hope that the elect edified you, brothers and a few sisters. Shalom.